Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome to video number 2 in the base section of this online course. And in this really short tutorial, what I'm going to be explaining to you is what modulation is and why we might want to use it. Now, even if you've heard of modulation before, I'd encourage you just to stick around for the next couple of minutes. I'm going to give you a few definitions as to what it does and a little demonstration of what we're going to be trying to do with modulation. So, modulation is the process of making any dial or value inside of Serum switch automatically or move automatically without us having to touch it. So if we wanted the filter cutoff to move down like this every time we press the note, which as a hint is something that we're going to be doing in this patch, then we would either have to be in here clicking and dragging it like this, or we could use modulation to do it for us, and that's what we're going to opt for. Now, when modulating something, there are two things involved. There's a modulation source and a modulation destination. Now, the modulation source is what causes the movement, and the modulation destination is what's being moved. In this instance, while I was clicking and dragging, I was the modulation source because I was causing the movement, and the modulation destination was the cutoff. Whereas I want to replace me. I want to take myself out of this equation because there's loads of other things I need to be doing in this track, and I don't want to be clicking and dragging that down every single time. That's just not something that happens in music production. So I want to take myself out of that equation. And some of the other modulation sources that we have inside Serum, there are absolutely loads, but the main ones that we're going to be using are these assignable envelopes here, of which we have 2 spare. And this one is linked to the amplitude, as we just explained. And we also have LFOs here. Now we actually have 8, and when you've used up all 4, a 5th one appears, and then a 6th one and a 7th one, and so on. LFOs and envelopes and also macros are things that you can use to replace yourself, to apply modulation to things without having to be in there clicking and dragging them. So in the next video, we're going to go into how you would use envelopes, LFOs and macros in order to modulate parameters inside of Serum.